Discipline beats motivation. Rise daily. Motivation for modern dreamers. You know what's funny? People often ask me, how do I stay motivated every day? And I tell them, you don't. Motivation is like a spark. It burns bright for a moment, but it fades just as fast. If you rely only on motivation, you'll quit the moment things get hard. But if you build discipline, you'll keep going, even when you don't feel like it. That's the difference between those who dream and those who achieve. Discipline beats motivation every single time. Let's be honest, we all love the feeling of being motivated, that surge of energy after watching an inspiring video. That I'm going to change my life moment. But the truth? Motivation is temporary. It fades the next morning when your alarm goes off at 5 a.m. It disappears when you're tired, busy, or stressed. And if you depend on it, your progress will stop every time your mood changes. That's why so many people start strong and fade fast. They think they need to feel good to take action. But discipline teaches you to act, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline isn't about being perfect. It's not about being strict or robotic. It's about making a promise to yourself and keeping it. Even when no one's watching, even when you're tired, even when you'd rather do anything else. Discipline is showing up because you said you would. You go to the gym when it rains. You study when you're distracted. You save money when it's tempting to spend. That's discipline, and it's what builds consistency. And consistency, over time, builds results. Let me tell you about Jordan. He was a regular guy, worked long hours, always dreamed of getting in shape. Every January, he'd make the same promise. This year, I'll change. And every time he'd start strong for a few weeks, then fade out. Until one year, something shifted. He decided not to rely on motivation. Instead, he built a system of discipline. He made a simple rule. Every morning, I'll move my body for 20 minutes. No excuses. No perfect gym plans. No motivation quotes. Just a promise. The first week was hard, the second week harder, but by week 4, something changed. He didn't need to be motivated anymore. He was just doing what he said he'd do. A year later, he wasn't just fit. He was focused, confident, and unstoppable. And it all started when he stopped chasing motivation and started building discipline. Here's the truth. Motivation gets you started. But discipline keeps you going. Motivation is a feeling. Discipline is a choice. Motivation is about emotion. Discipline is about commitment. Motivation happens to you. Discipline comes from you. The most successful people aren't always the most motivated. They're the most consistent. They show up not because they feel like it, but because they've trained themselves to do it anyway. So how do you build discipline? Start small. Pick one thing and do it every day. Don't wait for the perfect plan. Don't chase the feeling. Just take the action. Set a rule you can keep. Wake up at the same time every day. Write one paragraph. Do one workout. Every time you follow through, you train your brain to trust yourself. And that trust becomes unshakable strength. So when motivation fades, and it will, remember this, you don't need to feel ready. You just need to stay consistent. Because one day, you'll look back and realize it wasn't motivation that changed your life. It was discipline. This is Rise Daily, motivation for modern dreamers. Keep showing up. Keep believing. Keep rising.